What is up, YouTube? It is Ethan here, and I'm coming to you from Theodore Roosevelt National Park in Medora, North Dakota. I am out here on the Wind Canyon Trail, very short trail, only 0.6 miles total, so it's 0.3 mile out and back trail, and it is beautiful. Take a look. There's the canyon in there. I'll get a little closer so you get a better look. Look at that. A deep canyon, and over there, the little Missouri River. Quite a beautiful park. The best thing, I have this trail all to myself. Now, here, let me show you real quick. I just left the parking area. There's the parking area over there, and behind that little tree is my car, and there are no other cars. That car you just saw drive by, that's the first car I've seen drive by in about 10 minutes. I was out, throwing water into my backpack and putting on some sunscreen and everything, and there's just nobody out here. It's about 5:30 right now, 5:30 p.m. And honestly, it's almost like I have this park all to myself. It is beautiful. For those of you who don't know about Theodore Roosevelt National Park, it is the only national park in North Dakota. Is in the far western section of North Dakota, close to the border of Montana, and it is split up into two units. The north unit, which is pretty much complete wilderness, and then where I am, the south unit, which is the more popular area where they have all of the badlands and typical scenery of this park. And the north unit is mostly grasslands and petrified forests and things like that. But it's very beautiful, and like I said, it's 5 o'clock in the 5:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday in early June, and I'm in a national park that doesn't get a lot of visitors, so it's almost like I have this whole place to myself, and it is incredible. Let's start hiking. So like I said, we're right at the beginning of the Wind Canyon Trail, and it's a very short trail. Unfortunately, because of the time that I got here, I'm only going to be able to stay in the park for a maximum of 5 hours. So what I'm going to try to do is do a few of these shorter hikes, and hopefully get about 5 to 6 miles of hiking in before it starts getting dark. And then I'm going to head over to Bismarck, the capital of North Dakota, which is about 2 hours from here, where I will be spending my last night on the road before finally getting back home to Minneapolis. But wow, isn't that just incredible? Beautiful, beautiful landscape. This is very similar to Badlands National Park in South Dakota, which is much more well known. But honestly, this place has it's a little more scenic, in my opinion. It's a lot more green, and I don't know. Like I said, in my opinion, it just seems like it's a bit more of to me at least, a bit more of a scenic place. And like I said, another reason for you to definitely come and check this place out is that it is much less popular than Badlands National Park. So you will definitely encounter a lot less people out here. Actually, I take that back. Don't come here. I want this place for myself. It's a beautiful day, a little hot. It's about 85 degrees right now, but it's clear skies and it's beautiful. And look at that. Wow. Very cool scenery. incredible. Like I said, that's the little Missouri River right there. Very cool spot. All right, so we're just kind of following the rim of this little sort of this canyon here. Not your typical looking canyon, but a canyon nonetheless. All right, well, I'm at the end of the trail. This was a short trail indeed. Like I said, it was only 0.3 miles, so not very long. But look at that. Standing above the little Missouri River on this little rock outcropping here. I mean, just very beautiful landscape. Obviously, it's quite different than Yellowstone or Grand Teton, but each national park has its own beauty, and I gotta say, I'm really loving this place. Looks like there's a little trail down there, but there's no way that's still part of this trail. I wouldn't think so, because it looks like it's, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's actually like a trail. It looks like maybe people have just walked there enough. But I guess we can always check it out, huh? I will go down there and take a look, and if it ends up not being anything, then I can always just turn around. Definitely nice to be hiking some, obviously not flat, but flatter terrain than what I've been doing the last few days. This is definitely a lot easier. I'm not sure, like I said, I can see some footprints, and it looks like kind of a trail, but I don't think this is actually part of the trail. Who knows, though? All right. I definitely want to make this announcement right now. If you are coming out here, bring sunscreen and bring lots of water, because it is hot and it is completely exposed. I mean, completely. Like, if you look around, it's just very exposed, badlands, grassland. So, if you are smart, you will bring plenty of sunscreen and drink plenty of water. And the more I walk along this trail, the more I'm realizing that I don't think this is actually a trail. So, yeah, I don't actually think this is the trail. Seemed about right that we just came from up there, and that seemed like it was about 0.3 miles, so. Well, look at that. Just incredible. Birds chirping. Oh, and by the way, there's actually quite a bit of wildlife out here. I've already seen a couple larger herds of bison. I saw about 7 or 8 wild horses. There are a lot of wild horses out here, and I've seen hundreds of prairie dogs. And from what I've heard, there are also quite a few elk and bighorn sheep out here, and some other cool stuff too, Like I said, very similar wildlife that you would find in Badlands National Park in South Dakota. I kind of am using that as a reference because I figure a lot more people have probably heard of that park than of this one. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, guys. I may make another one if I end up hiking a trail that is another really cool trail, but we will see. I'll kind of gauge it when I get there. But I'm going to wrap this one up for now, and have a good one, guys.